Back in 2008, I worked at an ice cream chain in a shopping center. There's a Starbucks and Target amongst many other shops, with a hired security guard service to watch over the shops and folks. Usually the same 3 guys would rotate, and I've been there long enough to have a cordial "hi, how are you" superficial relationship. We started to have issues with a lady who was very obviously on something, carrying a walking stick around harassing people for money. She just bounced from store to store trying to corner people and became emboldened enough to block cars while swinging her stick. Security confiscated her weapon and trespassed her. Nothing stops our heroine on Bleep from making her dreams come true. She returned shortly after swinging around some homemade trashed PVC pipe duct tape looking staff like some methed out MacGyver. She took to sitting at our patio tables since we were the first shop to put them out each day, bright and early. There she was doing weird Bleep with her bare feet on the table. I asked her to please move elsewhere and she hissed at me. I called security, who came and moved her along with her grumbling and threatening them. She kept coming back and I kept calling security. They started to ignore my calls and made their rounds in front of our store seldom. I was bleat, but after a week or so she just stopped being around. Time passed and we'd pretty much forgotten about her. New trauma unlocked when a little old man started to come in and stare at my coworker and myself. She and I opened together every Saturday, so every Saturday morning he'd be there too. He'd get the cheapest thing and try to hand us various denomination bills, insisting we take it, standing around talking at us. We both were fairly small girls, but he wasn't a big man himself. Chalked it up to a lonely man who just enjoyed conversation until he recited this poem/rap he wrote for us. I can still vividly picture him tapping his foot and snapping in rhythm to words about plucking our flowers and birthing hips and bizarre Bleep. We told the owners, who brushed it off. The next Saturday was kind of the start of the escalation. On a scale of Jared from Subway to Drake, he was now at James Franco. With us being obviously 16, we were getting decently uncomfortable with him. My coworker's boyfriend and friends would pop in and chat occasionally. They were in the lobby just laughing over something when geriatric Jeezy walked in and immediately yelled, "Who are they?" Everyone got silent because Bleep he kicked a chair and stormed out with his hands flailing around angrily. We called security, forgetting they basically ignored us now. They never came, but that man came back. He started apologizing for getting angry, explaining that he saw us with that boy and he was flirting with us and tempting his girls to jeopardize our purity from vile Bleep acts. The only door in and out of the building was our lobby. No back door, so we were pretty SOL with options here. I called security again and again, nothing. At this point I told my dad, who said he'd pop in the next Saturday to check on us. Saturday comes around and we're both anxious over this man. By the time my dad came by and he hadn't, we figured all clear. Surprised to know when he shows up just a little later than usual. We both agreed we would not even look at him, we'd just stay in the back unless we had to come out for customers. He sits at a table in the lobby and is just staring at us as we worked, not saying a word. He was looking defeated and sad. I start to feel really bad for him. He's probably just confused and harmless. I decided to let it go. He's not hurting anyone. The man apologized to us and Saturday mornings became a regular 15-minute visit with him smiling face with 3 hearts, and then the guy from Scary Movie yelling "RUN Bleep run" comes out, because that is the part of the movie where the trusting idiot gets got. What actually happened was me calling security again and nothing. We're trying our best to ignore him when a man walks in that we just served that had been eating outside with his wife and kid. He beelines straight for the register and starts waving his hand to get our attention in the back. I walk out and the guy leans close in and tells me they'd noticed the man watching us and had his Bleep out of his zipper and was playing with himself under the table. He came in to keep us safe while his wife and kid were calling the police. They show up fairly quickly and ask the man to please come outside to speak with them. He's not grasping reality and kind of argues about them interrupting his time with his girls. Some back and forth until they start to assist him into standing up and leaving the lobby. He starts yelling that we are his girls and want him there and just ask us. Eventually come back in and tell us he's been officially trespassed and to call if he returns. They asked if we had security's number, which I balked at. I had absolutely no faith in the security guards. They weren't exactly the 18 to begin with, but after everything I didn't expect them to do anything more than carry a roll of quarters to call someone competent to help. The owners were still scheduling just the 2 of us for Saturday opens, claiming it was safe now. We actually saw him on Saturdays for the first few weeks walking by and cupping his hands to peer into the windows at us, but eventually gave up. So to the meth MacGyver, deputy dipshit in security, and creepy old man, let's not meet again. TLDR, teen girls deal with a trio of chuckle fucks at an ice cream shop. Security guards are as useful as a priest at and Bleep completely. Clownshit old man was about a decade too early for sexualizing young girls in an ice cream shop being appropriate / *side eye New Baskin Robbins eyes.